So it's customary, and we've had 2 or 3 requests tonight to keep the written comment open. And since we have usually done that in the past, we've had 3 requests, we will continue to do that tonight. So I'll close public testimony, and we'll leave written comment open.
So where do we email that? Do we email it to you?
Yes. Or you can turn it in, just
Is it to planning or to the commissioners?
the clerk of the board, Lane.
Planning,
Yep. Or no, clerk of the board.
clerk of the commissioners board.
Yes, please. Okay, I'll open it to the board.
My question is how long we leave it open? Right. Okay. Because I just want to say that the interim ordinance is to hold the subdivision applications. In that case, it is one of those issues where if you make an application, people intend to be vested when they make those applications. In other words, they intend to go on the record is doing what they want to do, subdividing under the current rules. That's why we have an interim ordinance. And so I'm making a suggestion here, or at least throwing this out there to the other 2 commissioners, is that if we decide to go forward with the interim land use control, if we are making a commitment to solve the problem, we will be taking comments throughout the period and be working with the public to resolve the issue, as that was asked by several people. There's several issues that were brought up here that I would like to see solved, and there's nothing that I'd like to do more is to keep people whole. And that's going to be a heck of a challenge, and it's going to take some conversation, and it's going to take conversation with those that challenge the county's interpretation of the Met-Howell rule, and that's why we're here. So what we're doing is being very cautious about that. And if we don't be cautious about it and stop the subdivision at this point, we will go on being very uncertain about the outcome. And so I'm very much in favor of going ahead with the water availability study. And I'm very much for working with the Watershed Council and the citizens of this valley to figure out how we are going to address the rules in place that we are faced with and challenged with implementing in regards to the law. Because again, if we don't figure it out, we'll be in court. And there's several water decisions that were made over my experience in managing water over 30 years now, and they change the picture every time. And if we go to court and let that happen, I'm afraid that we set more water law precedents for the entire state. And that's what's been happening to us, and that's another reason we're here, but the Met-Howell rule is the primary reason.
There have been a lot of comments that we received today saying that we didn't go far enough. There are a lot of comments tonight saying that we've gone too far, and I think it would be good for us to digest these comments and look them over and see if we can see if the ordinance as it's written is the exact way that we want to have it written in the future. So I would move that we continue this public hearing to, we'll pause for just a second. What was the date that the interim ordinance was signed? December 18th? Okay, so we need to be within, we've held our public hearing within 60 days, but by law, we have to render a decision within 60 days on the interim ordinance. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have the hearing within 60, but
So I'd like to continue the public hearing to February 25th at 2:00 p.m. And in that time, we are going to leave it open to written comments.
I second the motion.
Okay, motion second, discussion. It is a very complicated issue, and it just seems to me that when we barely get to see the light of day on some of these things that we're working on, somebody over there files a lawsuit and changes the whole scope of where we're headed and where we're trying to get accomplished, so we have to back up, start over again. I had a very famous, in my opinion, old county commissioner tell me, he said, Jim, these decisions, he said, are very complicated and it's hard to work through them. He says, that's why I liked Okanagan County a lot better when there were more cows than people, because the decisions were pretty simple. So anyway, and it was our pleasure to come over here tonight. We discussed it with the board, and we wanted to do it here. We did that with the Lake District in Oroville. We went to their door to do it. However, the February 25th meeting will be a decision-making meeting, so it very likely will be held in the chamber because it'll just be a short meeting. Did you have a further comment, Mr. Branch?
Yeah.
So in the discussion, again, and I appreciate Commissioner Hover's intent to modify the ordinance if necessary to address some of the issues that were brought up. I just have to say that while we extend the hearing, the interim control is still in place. And as we adopt it, it's in place. The only thing that keeps it from happening, of course, is that we don't adopt it and continue, and we open it up to subdivision again. And just to explain that, I'll leave it right there, and you decide what that implies.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. So, February 25th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and public comment will be extended until that time. Thank you all for coming.